Good morning, dear students. Today's topic is carbon cycle. Carbon is the element which forms the foundation of life on Earth. It is required to form all kinds of biomolecules. It is found in our atmosphere in the form of carbon dioxide. Carbon helps us to regulate the Earth temperature, making all the life possible. It is a key ingredient in the food that sustains us. So carbon, even though it is present in a very limited amount in atmosphere, it is the element that is essential for maintaining the life on the earth. It is required to form all kind of biomolecules like right from the DNA, RNA, proteins, amino acids, lipids, etc. And it is found in atmosphere in the form of carbon dioxide, which helps to regulate the earth temperature, and through the activity of this carbon dioxide the life is possible on the earth. And the carbon in the form of carbohydrate, it is a key ingredient of the food that sustains us. Carbon cycle. Carbon cycle is the biogeochemical cycle by which carbon is exchanged among the biosphere, pedosphere, geosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere of the earth. Carbon is the main component of the biological compounds. It provides a major source of energy to fuel our global economy, major component of many minerals such as limestone. Carbon cycle, it was discovered by Anthony Lavoisier and Joseph Priestley, and it was popularized by Humphrey Davy. The carbon cycle describes the process in which the carbon atoms continually travel from the atmosphere to the earth and then back to the atmosphere. So carbon cycle, it is a most important biogeochemical cycle in which carbon is exchanged between the all living organisms, starting from the microbes to the complex organisms like human beings through plants, and from their biosphere the carbon shifted to the soil, that is pedosphere, then geosphere, that is in the crust and the mantle of the earth there are a lot of carbon depositions, then to the oceans, that is hydrosphere, and then finally to the atmosphere. So carbon, we have already studied that carbon is one of the major component of all the biological compounds, and it is a fuel which fuel our global economy, and it is richly been deposited in the earth in the form of limestone. And the carbon cycle, it was discovered by Lavoisier and Priestley, and it was popularized by Humphrey Davy. Next is reservoirs of carbon. So in the earth carbon is found deposited in various regions of the earth in different forms. So earth mantle and crust form the biggest reservoir of the carbon. It is stored in rocks and sediments and also in fossil fuels. Ocean, atmosphere and biosphere composing the living organisms store the rest of the carbon. These are reservoirs and sink through which the carbon cycles. When the organism respire and die, carbon is released back. Then volcanic eruption, fire blaze, burning of fossil fuels, etc. release carbon into the atmosphere. So the main reservoirs of the carbon are earth geosphere, that is earth mantle and crust. It store carbon in the form of sediments as well as fossil fuels, and rest of the carbon it is stored in the oceans, biosphere and atmosphere. And these all reservoirs of carbon, they act as sinks through which the carbon cycles, and the organism they all utilize carbon dioxide for respiration, and when they die this carbon dioxide that is incorporated in various biomolecules inside the cell will be released back into the atmosphere. And some of the natural sources of carbon dioxide are volcanic eruption and fire blaze, and human activities like burning of fossil fuels also release carbon to the atmosphere. Next is terrestrial biosphere. So we have already mentioned that biosphere is one of the main reservoir of carbon, and it also help in the cycling of carbon. So terrestrial biosphere include carbon stored in all land living organisms, both alive and dead, as well as carbon stored in soils. So in terrestrial biosphere, the carbon it is stored in the sphere can be exported into the ocean also through rivers. So these are the various way in which the carbon gets cycled or carbon gets stored in the terrestrial biosphere. So major source of carbon in the terrestrial biosphere is the soil itself, which hold 1500 gigatons of carbon in inorganic form, mainly as calcium carbonate deposition. And 500 gigatons of carbon are stored in living organisms, that is both plants and animals. Their body is made up of, their living material is made up of carbon or carbon rich compounds. So they are here the carbon is stored in the form of organic carbon, and when this organism respire, some amount of carbon dioxide is released from their body, and when this living organism die, the decomposition also cause the release of the stored organic carbon into the atmosphere. And in case of dead organisms, their combustion of these dead organisms in the form of fossil fuels or the decomposition of this dead organism, it will also release the carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, and some amount of terrestrial carbon dioxide it will get dissolved in the water, and it will finally reach the ocean. Next is geosphere. This geosphere, geological component of the carbon cycle, it operates very slowly because it is having higher concentration of carbon when compared to that of any other regions of the earth. So of the carbon stored in geosphere, 80% is stored in the form of limestone, and which form the sedimentation of calcium carbonate stored in the shells of marine organism. So in the geosphere, 80% is limestone, and it is actually the deposition of the calcium carbonate present in the shells of the marine organism, and the remaining 20% is stored as kerogens formed due to the sedimentation and burial of the terrestrial organism under high pressure and high heat and pressure. So kerogens are actually the fossil remains of the terrestrial organisms deep buried in the under soil. Then organic carbon stored in the geosphere can remain there for millions of years, and this carbon dioxide can be released into the atmosphere and ocean through volcanoes. It can also be removed by humans through their direct extraction of kerogens in the form of fossil fuel. So geosphere, it is one of the major reservoir of this carbon, and 80% of the carbon is stored in the form of limestone, and 20% as fossil fuels in the form of kerogens. And these kerogens, they can be released to the atmosphere either through volcanic eruptions or through human activities, that is by means of extracting the kerogens in the form of fossil fuels. Next is ocean. Ocean carbon cycle. Carbon is continuously exchanged between the ocean surface water and the atmosphere. Sometimes it is stored for longer periods of time in the ocean depth. Ocean take more carbon than it gives out, hence it is called a carbon sink. So there is a continuous exchange of carbon dioxide between the water, oceanic water, and that of the atmosphere, and ocean store carbon dioxide for a longer period of time, and it take more amount of carbon than it gives out through the process of respiration. So the ocean is called a carbon sink, and marine animals convert the carbon to calcium carbonate to create their hard shell which is found in clams and oysters. And when organisms with the calcium carbonate shell die, their body decomposes, leaving behind their hard shell, and this hard shell of this dead oysters and clam, they get accumulated on the ocean floor, and they will eventually broke down because of the actions of waves and pressure, forming the limestone, and the limestone rocks on exposure to air get weathered, and the carbon is released back into the atmosphere as carbon dioxide. So ocean, it really acts as a sink for the carbon, because it take more amount of carbon than it gives out, because here most of the carbon that is taken by this ocean is incorporated as calcium carbonate in the shells of these gastropods and other mollusks and other organisms like echinoderms. So these depositions, when these organisms die, these shells get buried in the ocean floor, and they will lead to the formation of limestone, and in course of time the limestone on exposure to the air, they get weathered, and during that weathering process it will release carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, but it is a very slow process. That is why ocean is called carbon sink. Carbon enters the ocean mainly through the dissolution of atmospheric carbon dioxide, a small fraction of which is converted to carbonate. Oceans are basic, and hence carbon dioxide acidification shift the pH of ocean towards neutral. So oceans are basic in nature because of the dissolution of lot of salt. It is basic, and this carbon dioxide, when dissolved in ocean, it will make the ocean pH slightly lower, but it never goes to an acidic pH, since the ocean itself is basic. The shift of the pH will turns the ocean pH to neutral. And oceanic absorption of carbon dioxide, it is one of the most important form of carbon sequestering. So ocean really help us to avoid the illegal effects or the bad consequences that is been caused by the carbon dioxide. So it helps in carbon sequestering, limiting the human caused rise of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. But the projected rate of increasing ocean acidity could slow down the biological precipitation of calcium carbonate, thus decreasing the ocean capacity to absorb carbon dioxide. But if the carbon dioxide dissolution in the oceanic water is increased to a greater extent, then it will definitely lead to ocean acidification, and that will reduce the ocean capacity to absorb carbon dioxide. So that is the ocean carbon reservoir. Next is atmosphere. Atmosphere, carbon in the earth atmosphere, it exists in two different forms, mainly carbon dioxide and methane. Carbon dioxide, it is utilized by the plants and microorganisms to carry out photosynthesis, and the used carbon dioxide is replenished by respiration by all living organism, and it also dissolves directly from the atmosphere into the water body. And methane, it produces larger greenhouse effect per volume as compared to that of carbon dioxide. So methane and carbon dioxide both are greenhouse gases, but methane, effect of methane is much larger when compared to that of carbon dioxide, but methane exists in much smaller concentration and is short-lived than carbon dioxide, so making carbon dioxide more important greenhouse gas. Methane, its effect is much higher than that of carbon dioxide, but methane is present in low concentration and it is short-lived. So the major effect is caused by carbon dioxide in creating or in making a global warming. So carbon dioxide is considered as the important greenhouse gas. Next is carbon cycle steps. So these all steps are very basic step in carbon dioxide. It is first fixed as organic carbon by plants through photosynthesis. Organic carbon are then consumed by animals and carbon get bioaccumulated into their bodies. When animals and plants die through decomposition and composting by microorganisms, the carbon is released back to the atmosphere. Some of the carbon that is not released back into the atmosphere eventually become fossil fuels, and fossil fuels when utilized by man pumps carbon back into the atmosphere. So carbon cycle, when it begins from the atmosphere, plants mainly plants, algae and microorganisms, photosynthetic microorganisms absorbs this carbon dioxide, and they will fix this carbon dioxide by a process called photosynthesis. And this organic carbon that is fixed by these plants, they are consumed by all the consumers, and they get into the body of all living organism, and they were incorporated in various biomolecules. And when these animals and plants die through decomposition by microorganisms, this carbon again get released back into the atmosphere, and some of the living organisms get buried deep into the soil. They are not being recycled, and they remain as fossil fuel depositions of carbon. And when these fossil fuels are utilized by man after many centuries, then again this carbon which is locked in these fossil fuels will be released back into the atmosphere. So this is the carbon cycle steps actually taking place in atmosphere as well as in ocean. Then carbon cycle on land, photosynthesis, carbon dioxide plus water plus energy, it produces carbohydrate. Then it will be incorporated into the body of living organisms, and some amount of carbon dioxide will exit from the body in the form of carbon exit from the body of living organism in the form of carbon dioxide through respiration. Then when this organism get died, then decomposes, eat the dead organism and return back the carbon into the atmosphere. Then importance of carbon cycle, it helps a vital role in balancing the energy and trap the long wave radiations from the sun. Therefore it acts as a blanket over the planet. If the carbon cycle is disturbed, it will result in serious consequences such as climate change and global warming. It is an integral component of every life on the earth, from proteins and lipids to even our DNA. It is the more major component, and furthermore all known life on the earth is based on carbon. So these are the significance of the carbon cycle. It is essential for keeping life on the earth, and it is essential for keeping our climate, and it is the most integral part of life on the earth. And this is the carbon cycle. So in the atmosphere, the carbon dioxide present, it is being absorbed by the plants for photosynthesis, and same process is taking place in the ocean also. In the ocean also, the carbon dioxide is being absorbed by the planktons and other photosynthetic organism there, and it is being fixed as carbohydrate or organic carbon. And this organic carbon, it is being utilized by animals, and when these plants and animals respire, a limited amount of carbon dioxide is exchanged into the, or it is being released into the atmosphere. And when these organism plants and animals get after their death, they are being decomposed by the microorganisms in the soil, and they help to release the locked organic carbon into the atmosphere. And the same process is been taking place in ocean also. And in ocean there is some difference because ocean acts as a sink. So the carbon dioxide that get dissolved in the ocean as carbonic acid, it is been taken up by the shell forming organisms to incorporate carbon in the form of calcium carbonate in their shell, and they will be deposited, or even though the organism get died and their dead remains were decomposed, the shell will remain as limestones for a longer period of time, and only when they get exposed into air they get weathered, and this carbon dioxide is been slowly released. Otherwise, they will lead to massive limestone formations underneath the ocean. So that's all for this carbon cycle. Thank you.